When my dad died, I had two choices. I said, do I either fly back to the funeral? And my dad was my hero. My relationship with my dad is much closer than most people have had with their dad. Like, it's not like we had a distant relationship. He was my hero in every regard. Do I fly to his funeral? And then what's going to happen is I'm going to blow all my money. I'm going to be away for weeks. These girls are new. They're going to vanish. They're in Romania on their own. They don't know anyone here. They're going to want to go home. Da, 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 da. Or do I suck it up and focus on my business? And I've got my mom to provide for. Me and Tristan have started this company. We spent all our money. And I missed my dad's funeral to run my business. And even my sister messaged me, Dad, you're so insensitive. Da, da, da. I said, look, I'm my father's son. If he was alive, he'd slap me in the mouth for fucking up my income for the whole family and fucking up my chance of building a legacy for this family and making sure mom never has to work again to go fuck to a fucking funeral. I can mourn from here. It's just a very rational decision. Absolutely. Yeah. Absolutely. They were very strict. But I think that's the number one thing that's missing in the world today is discipline. It's when I'm sitting on Twitter, I have what I like to think of. I have the very flashy teenage boy's dream of a life. I have all the girls. I've got 9 supercars. I'm living in this big mansion. I'm in Romania. What is he doing in Romania? He's rolling around with all the police are giving him police escorts to drive his Lambo and all this crazy stuff. So I have what every guy dreams of having when he's like 18. And a lot of these guys, they come to me for advice and they absolutely lack discipline as individuals. And I think that's because they weren't disciplined as a child. Mm-hmm. That's my view. I've always been disciplined with myself because I've always lived a disciplined life. I lived in a disciplined household. Like there was no such thing as I don't want to. So even now, if I wake up and I don't want to do something, I don't need someone to tell me to do it because I'll do it anyway. I mean, who wants to run a marathon? Nobody. Who wants to do that? You just do it, don't you? Because, it's the thing you're going to have to do, and you have to blood, sweat, tears, blah, blah, blah. So, yeah, I was growing up in a very disciplined household, and I think it's absolutely the best thing that ever happened to me. And, yeah, that's it. I had a very, very good childhood. When I look at some of the stuff on Twitter about parenting and stuff, like in my household, I fucked up, I got hit, for example. Uh-huh. And I think that's I can't wait to kick my kid's ass when he gets fresh. I can't wait. Because that's the real world. The real world's going to hit you hard if you make mistakes, and you need to learn that there's boundaries you shouldn't cross, and you need to learn to, cause and effect. I loved my upbringing from start to finish.
Yeah, and it seems like it served you well.
Well, yeah. I mean, I've done okay. You know? I mean, I have basically everything I ever wanted. So, I can't complain. It's done me pretty good. What
motivates you?
I think that every man is born, especially men, because I can't talk for women because I'm not a female. So I can't talk for women. But I think every man is born with the motivation to, in one form or another, conquer the world. Mm-hmm. And I think that's why it doesn't matter if you do it in a corporate sense. It doesn't matter if you do it in a physical sense. I've done it in every sense. It doesn't matter. I mean, this is the same drive. The reason the Romans melted rocks, made swords, walked in random directions and killed anyone they could find. They didn't have Google Maps. They didn't email those guys and find out they're bad guys. They didn't give a fuck. They're like, well, let me just go over here and take this from them. Because there's something warrior, there's an instinct inside of men that make you want to conquer. This is the reason why more CEOs are men. They go, it's the gender pay gap. No, a man will sacrifice his life for his work in a way that most females won't, because they see it as a form of conquest. It's the reason I enjoy to fight. It's the reason that some men like having so many women. It's the world, it's conquering. And I think that happiness for a man in one form or another is derived from conquest. I think that's what it is. And that's what motivates me. No matter, there's always something new to conquer, so it gets me up every day. And especially in the fields I take most interest in, there's no upper limit. There's never too much money. You can never be too strong. You can never be too fit. And there's always some new girl. So there's always something to do. This is how it is.
Is there a soft side to you?
Absolutely.
Tell me about your soft side.
Well, you have to clarify soft side in which way.
Well,
I'm a human.
You're a human. And I guess that's what I'm curious about, because you present, and it's authentic, I can feel it, as powerful, strong, ambitious, successful, and it's real. And I see what you're doing in the world. You're trying to teach other men to do the same. And it feels to me authentic, like it's comes from a real place. So that's what I get off you. And it's very, very compelling. I don't take any shit attitude. I'm going to say whatever the hell I want. And in the culture right now, that's a very attractive thing. But tell me about the other side of you. Is there a sensitive side? Is there an emotional side?
I think that the whole side you just described is driven by a soft side. Like, why would I give a shit about, being strong or having the fight to protect? The reason I care about being strong is so I can not only protect myself, but protect people I care about. The reason I want to be rich is not only so I can buy myself stuff, so I can provide for my family. Yeah. Like every single position of strength comes with a derivative of softness underneath it. There's some emotion involved in it. If I was really a person who had no soft side whatsoever and I didn't give a fuck, I don't think I'd be the way I am. I think I'd be complete opposite. I think there are people like that who are so inherently selfish, but those people are not successful people. Those are people who sit on the couch all day, watch TV, smoke weed, and do nothing, or go and rob grandmas. Like, I don't consider myself an emotionally hard person. I get called a sociopath all the time and a psychopath all the time. I get called that, but I don't think people understand that there is a version of the world where you can feel things and really not give a fuck how you feel. Like, if I feel sad, it does not change how I act, and it does not change the things I do. If I don't feel like going to the gym, I go to the gym. If I don't feel like working, I will still work. I lived in a world for 15 years where I didn't feel like fighting because my nose was broken, but I had to fight anyway. Mm-hmm. So a lot of these people come to me and they say, oh, but I feel this way. I don't put a huge amount of importance on emotions. It's not that I don't feel them. It's that I don't think they have much to do with anything at all. If I wake up in a happy mood and I have a business to run and females to cater for and things to do, if I wake up in a sad mood, I have the same shit to do. I'm going to get it done. So where's the importance of it? It's in my mind. That's how I view it. Like, how does that affect what I'm going to do? Well, nothing. It doesn't. It's not going to affect how I live my life. So why sit around and think about it? This modern obsession with happiness is the number one problem with the world, because I really don't believe humans were ever evolved to be happy. Mm-hmm. Were we? Tell me, you're the expert, bro. Where did it come in our timeline that we were supposed to be happy all the time?
No, I agree with you. I don't think happiness is the goal. I think fulfillment is. And I think following your purpose and all the way through is what's going to give you fulfillment. I think that's the highest thing in life. I don't put too much stock in happiness. Contentment, maybe. You
can look around and be like, look, I have a good life. And you're right. You can be very satisfied with what you have. But to believe that as an adult, as a full-grown man, you're going to feel constant happiness like you're a 3-year-old child is asinine. And all these people who are constantly complaining about how they feel probably don't have a spectrum of emotions much different to mine. The difference is I don't sit around and cry about it because I don't live that kind of life. I don't have that kind of conditioning in my mind. I don't give a shit how I feel. I have things to do.
But it's also the way you were raised. And maybe if you were raised in a different way, you might be different and you might have a different relationship to your emotions. Is that?
Yeah. If I was raised as a pussy, I'm sure I would be a pussy, but I never was. And that's what most of these men are. I'm being honest. When people come to me, I feel this way. You're a pussy. Oh, but I feel. Who gives a fuck how you feel? I'm about to break into your house, strangle your wife to death. Who gives a fuck how you feel? Like, your emotion has nothing to do with the harsh reality of this world. You're either successful or you're not. Life is binary. You either win or you lose. You survive or you don't. These people are so obsessed with themselves and how they feel. This is my whole problem with the depression thing. On my old account, long time ago, when I was verified, before I got banned, I set the world nuts when I said depression wasn't real. And the world went crazy. Every A-list celebrity, you can still Google right now, depression isn't real, and all the tweets come up. And my point was completely misunderstood. And my point was very simple. Feeling depressed is real. That is a real thing. And I truly believe that the reason you feel depressed is so that you are inspired into action. You're unhappy with your surroundings and you're inspired. This is the reason why you don't want to go to jail. Both of us don't want to go to jail because we'll both be depressed because we don't like our situation. It's a natural human instinct to make you work hard and try harder to build a life. So when people come to me and go, oh, I can't, I'm fat and I don't know what to do because I'm depressed. I say, no, you're depressed because you're fat. You got the other way around. So that's the first thing. Feeling depressed is real. But this idea that you can walk through life and everything's fine, and you can catch depression from the sky like a disease, and it strikes your brain, and there's nothing you can do about it. And no matter how hard you try, you are depressed no matter what. This is garbage. This is complete garbage that's been propagated by the weak-minded. And the proof of this is that in countries with a harder life, where people are too busy struggling to survive, there's less depression. It's only in these countries that have nothing else to fucking worry about. If it was true the way they teach it, it would be universal across the human condition. It isn't. So basically, your life's so good, the only thing you have to do is sit around and worry about why you're not happy enough. It's bullshit. The whole field, the whole industry, the whole way we view depression, the way we view happiness, the way we view sadness is all garbage from head to toe. I think it's all bullshit. We can throw the whole thing out the window. And I start, again, when people come to me and say about happiness, and I say, who the fuck said you should be happy in the first place? Who even said you should be? I don't care if you're sad. I never told you you should be happy. How many push-ups can you do? Not enough. Get to fucking work. So this is my whole view on the whole field.
Is there anything that you struggle with?
No.
Really? Doubt, any doubt, fear?
I'm a realist. So like before I would fight, I would be very nervous, and I would hate the idea of losing because I have an ego. But it's also my ego that puts me in there in the first place. Because you're not going to risk your life for a few $1,000s if you haven't got a fucking ego. That's why fighters have egos. Yeah. Because we all believe we're Superman. But then the idea of losing, this is why fighters end up depressed and suicidal and doing drugs and stuff, because if you lose, it's hard to tolerate when your whole personality is based on being hard to kill, and that gets shattered. It's like losing a loved one. It hurts. So yeah, I feel fear, I feel nerves, all those things, but I'll do things anyway. Do I struggle with anything in general in life? No, because I'm an intelligent person who's motivated. And if you're going to try hard at something, and I mean genuinely try, 99% of the people will get adept at X thing. It doesn't matter what it is. If I decided I wanted to be good at piano and I gave it everything I got, I'd be able to play piano. Mm-hmm. Do you know what I mean? Like there's people with one hand who can play piano. It's just how much effort you're going to put in. I don't struggle at anything, because if I decide I'm going to do something, I'm going to do it. And I've never struggled with motivation. So if you don't struggle with motivation, then you're never going to struggle with anything in life. I mean, I'm naturally adept at some things, and there's some things I'm not as naturally adept at. But if you're prepared to work, you're prepared to work. So no, I don't struggle with anything. Life is not a struggle to me. I do not view life as difficult in any way. I think life is extremely easy.
What about fear?
Fear of what?
Do you have fear?
I don't like heights. I'm scared of heights. Does that count?
That counts.
Well, yeah, but I will still do things involving heights.
Yeah.
You know, like I'm scared, but I'll still do it. Like I'll measure the risk. Like, will I walk on the edge of a cliff? No. But if I'm on a bridge and there's a barrier and I know I'm probably not going to fall, even if I feel vertigo and I'm scared, I'll still do it.
Yeah.
But in terms of, I mean, I feel like these questions, correct me if I'm wrong, this is the kind of questions that like psychiatrists throw at people and they come at you with some bullshit. I'm scared of failing or being unhappy. I don't know what garbage people say. I'm scared of what? I don't know what. I'm scared of a tiger. If he breaks in my house, I'll be a bit afraid, like maybe, but I'll have to fight back. What? I have to try and fuck him up. I don't know what it is. Scared of what?
Oh, fair enough. What do you make of it when you've gone to psychoanalysis before? You said people called you a sociopath, a psychopath.
Yeah. So my problem with the whole field, so I don't believe in any of this stuff.
Yeah.
And the reason I don't believe in it is very simple, is that it's not an exact science. So 2 + 2 is always 4.
Yeah.
I mean, okay, in very extreme versions of math, it's not, but it's a simple version of saying 2 + 2 is 4. Whereas with this kind of stuff, you can have a man who doesn't drink because his dad's an alcoholic. And you can have a man who's an alcoholic because his dad was an alcoholic.
Yeah.
You can have people who turned out like me because their father was strict. And you can have people who completely go off the rails because their father was strict.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I've gone through these kind of things before, and I said this, and their answer was, that's true, but there's general rules within people. There's patterns we can identify. Mm-hmm. That's what they said. I don't know if that's the correct answer. Maybe you have a different answer. Is that the truth?
I think all children in some way adapt to their childhood. They make themselves into something to please their parents.
Okay, I would agree with that.
Yeah,
I'd actually agree with that. That's true.
Yeah. So in the process of making yourself something to please your parents, maybe there's a part of you that you denied, right? That you cut off from that, and it happened at such an early age, you're not even aware of it.
Okay, but what if the part of me I denied was a part of me I didn't need? What if the part of me I denied was lazy? What if the part of me I denied was the pussy? What if he's been gone from a long time and I've just been formed deliberately into this brilliance? Then is there anything negative about that?
Not necessarily, but there is a part of you. Maybe there's good things in there that were denied that would be useful to you.
Like what?
I don't know. All I know for me, I'll tell you what happened for me. When I went all the way into my emotions, the work that I do is very psychologically intense. It's not talk therapy. It's very physical. So you hit things, you punch, you kick. And if you have rage and you go all the way into the rage, right, which I did, it revealed to me all of these pent up emotions that I had, rage towards my mother, disappointment around my father. And I realized for me, these unconscious emotions were running my life. It's what was motivating me. And once I released them, I came into contact with a kind of a deeper self, a truer self, and I felt more free. That's just for me. So, but that's the information that I got from my personal experience.
Don't you miss your anger?
But I don't give up my anger. It's always there. It's always available to me. Right?
Because anger is a fantastic motivator.
It is a fantastic motivator. And so much of what I got out of my life was motivated by trying to make my mother happier, trying to win the love of my father. And I got a lot from it. But then I realized, why am I doing this? Am I doing this for me, or am I doing this to make them happy?
Yeah.
And that was a big question, And so I because of the people that I work with, I see this over and over and over again. And it's an experiential thing. So it's not that people are even thinking it. This stuff just comes out of you spontaneously.
If I had a son, I would expect him to dedicate his life to make me happy, because I brought him on earth. So how could he not want to do anything other than, how could he think, I don't care what my dad thinks? He should only think, I need to be up to my father's standard. How could he exist any other way?
Well, that's a philosophy. And another philosophy could be, I'm going to support him to do whatever he wants.
But what if he does dumb shit?
Make those choices. Well, that's his choice.
Is it?
Yeah.
This is my point. Is it my child's choice to do dumb shit?
You could guide him in the right direction, certainly.
Is it? It was a really important point. So is it his choice to do dumb shit? I don't think it is. I brought him on the planet. He carries my last name. I'm the one who keeps him alive. The only reason he has somewhere to sleep and food to eat is because I provide it for him. So if I tell him he's not allowed to be a pussy and needs to do his push-ups, he has to do it. On what planet am I going to negotiate with some child who thinks they know more than me? Absolutely not. How am I going to have some 14-year-old kid say, well, I want to do something else? You don't know anything about the world. You're 14. You're going to do as you're fucking told.
Are you curious about any of the places inside you that you may not know about? Any of the...
I don't believe they exist. I think I know myself. I really do. You have to understand that I've tested myself on a limit, physically especially, where most people have never been. Most people have never been where I've been. Most people haven't done what I've done. I know if I'm a coward or not. I know if I'm afraid. I know myself. I've been hurt. I've been stabbed. I've had my face broken. I broke my hand in 6 places and fought another 8 rounds. I left there and had emergency surgery with 12 breaks in my hand. I know what I can do. I know everything about myself. There's nothing more spiritual than violence. This is the most spiritual thing on the planet, violence. Violence is a universal of the human condition. It's the constant. It's always been there. It'll always be there. I get people ask me this all the time. I want to look for more spiritual meaning. I say, okay, go down to a fighter's gym, get your ass kicked, and then try and do something about it. There's all the spirituality you need. You got to stay breathing when someone's trying to kill you. That's spirituality. I understand myself completely. I don't feel like there's any part of me that has been hidden or suppressed. I just because I am, like you said, I'm very clearly a certain way. I'm very clearly dominant. I don't think there's a part of me that's hidden or suppressed. And maybe, not maybe, in fact, I will say certainly, I've been conditioned to be this way. But I think I've been raised for exceptionalism. Since as young as I can remember, I've been raised to be exceptional. I'll give you an example. So I tell stories about my dad, and people often say he was way too harsh. I thank the Lord above I had the father I had. So when I got moved up 3 grades in school, they moved me up because in the SATs it was like 400 questions and I got 2 wrong. And my dad gave me $20 and then he took $5 back for the 2 I got wrong, 5 each. So I had $10 total. And his lesson was, you still got two wrong. He was a perfectionist. Now, why was he a perfectionist? Well, it's because he was a chess grandmaster. And in chess, it's perfection or you lose. Why did I become a 4-time kickboxing world champion? Well, because it's perfection or you lose. There is no, it's okay to be there's no sloppiness in fighting. One shot, it's over. Same thing with chess. There's no sloppy. You lose control of one square, the game's over. I've lived in a perfectionist realm since the dawn of time. So my whole entire life has been a perfectionist life. This is how I view my life. And I don't think any other way to accept the world is okay. I don't think it's okay to be okay with losing or okay with less than the best. I don't think any of that's acceptable. I can't stand losing.
But for you, it's not acceptable for you.
Because I've been raised this way, but this is the exact point. My son will be exactly the same. He has no choice because he's a Tate. And Tates go on into eternity to rule the earth. How can he be anything else?
Well, yeah, and you're an exceptional guy. You're an athlete. You're hyper intelligent. Attractive to women. So you've got it all. But the vast majority of men, I mean, are ordinary. And at a certain point, they have to come to terms with their ordinariness.
Absolutely, no, that's true. But this is a very interesting point because I personally could never come to terms with being ordinary.
Why not?
Couldn't tolerate it.
Why?
So, because it would be the worst. It's like the worst possible sentencing.
So that's your fear.
I don't know if it's a fear. I'm just telling you a life I would not want to live. Because I was ordinary financially. Like I wasn't born rich. I was born to a very poor family. As smart as my father was, chess doesn't pay. He also loved gambling, women, and booze. So you add all that up, we were very, very poor. Me, my mother, and my brother, when we moved to England, we grew up in a homeless hostel. So I grew up at the very end of the socioeconomic ladder. I had a worse start than 99% of people. But I lived my life when I was poor, furious at the fact I was poor. Because my ego, and I'll be honest, my ego is at a point where I didn't understand how other people can afford Ferraris and I can't. I would be 18, walk into college, and a Ferrari would drive past, and it would ruin my week. And everyone would be like, what's wrong with you? I'd be like, don't you see, this fat fuck can buy a Ferrari and I can't. Why? He's not a better man. He's not a better person than me. I'm just as good as him, if not better. I couldn't stand the fact that there's people who could do things I couldn't. So this gave me unlimited motivation to get rich. Now I found a way to get rich, and I believe that anyone who really, really, truly wants to get rich will get rich one way or another. But that's because it bothered me for the first 10 years. My 20s, I was broke most of them. I was broke most of my 20s. So I couldn't stand being ordinary. And my question is this: you're saying ordinary people need to come in terms of their ordinariness. I don't think they do. I think they need to become extraordinary. I think they need to try harder. Mm-hmm. This is the greatest thing. This is the greatest and worst thing about being a man is that all of your value is built. If you're a woman, you're born beautiful, game's over. You're born pretty, that's it, it's done. That you have your value. Now you have 6 or 7 years, you're valuable. You could be a moron, you're still on a billionaire's boat because you're hot. Done. As a man, doesn't matter if you're born good looking. If you're stupid and weak and broke, you're still gonna struggle. It doesn't matter if you're born rich. Like I said, if you're still stupid, weak, socially inept. As a man, you need to have it all. You need to have wisdom, you need to be funny, you need to be tall. Well, tall is one thing you can't fix. Strong, good looking helps. They like the idea of you being able to fight. You need interesting stories. You need money. You need freedom to be able to say to a girl, fuck it, we're going to Moscow, pack now. You need all these things. And a lot of that is self-built, not all of it, but a lot of it is. So when I speak to ordinary people, I say, well, how are you trying to stop yourself from being ordinary? And a lot of them aren't. Well, then what the fuck are you going to live an ordinary life if you have ordinary results? I couldn't tolerate that. You could give me, I already had a very bad financial start. I had a huge advantage genetically. But even if I had a huge genetic disadvantage, there's no way I would have been a normal person. One way or another, no way. Because I know life's too short for that shit. I want people to, I couldn't live that way. And I don't know why people are trying to come to terms with that. I don't think you should. I think you should be constantly pushing to be extraordinary, no matter who you are.
Is there anything that you want that you don't have?
I'm very happy with where I am in my life. I'm very happy with what I've achieved. I know how hard I worked to get here. I know how difficult it was. And do I have a talent for some of the things I've done? Yes. But talent is only identified in the top 3%. Like, people say this, I had this all the time. Oh, but Tate, you're lucky you can fight. I'm like, what do you mean lucky? We didn't find out I could fight or not until I'd already trained for 10 years. Because until the hard work's done, that's where you see the talent. At the beginning, everyone has to work hard. Because if I do no work and someone who's not talented works hard, they're going to beat me. So we have to both work our asses off till we're at the very, very top tier. And the only way I can get ahead of him is talent. So talent doesn't appear to the end anyway. Most people haven't worked hard enough at anything to even identify if they have talent or not. There's loads of people who could be extremely talented at shit, but they're too lazy to even do the basics. So most people don't even know their own talents, you know? So I'm super happy with what I've achieved. I'm super happy with what I am. Do I want more? Well, I'm always going to want more, of course. But is there anything particularly I want that I don't have? No. I pretty much have everything I want. And I gave it all to myself. This is what I mean. Because I wouldn't accept being ordinary. This is my point. This is my exact point. My life was ordinary, bro. My life was ordinary. My mom and dad split up. I'm in a homeless house. I'm in a shit school. Me and my brother and my mom and my sister were living in some homeless hostel. I didn't know how to fight. I had no money. I'm a normal skinny kid. And then I became kickboxing world champion, multimillionaire. That was all me. And it's all because I sat there and goes, nah, fuck this. So I think everyone else could do the same. You know, who's saying the guy watching this right now would not be a better fighter than me if they didn't go fight? Maybe. Probably not, let's be honest. But maybe. But they don't try. They don't go. They're pussies. They're too afraid. They're too afraid to even go and fucking get punched, so they'll never know. And that's the life they want to live because they'd rather be ordinary. I couldn't live ordinary, bro. I couldn't even do it. Couldn't even do it.
Where do you go for support?
Support in what way?
I don't know. Like just you're having a hard day, you're confused about something, or you need some reflection. I mean, maybe you don't have that with your career, but with women? Do you struggle with women at all? I mean, I know you have lots of women, but.
No, and I don't want you to think I'm being any kind of bravado at all because I'm being completely honest with you.
Yeah.
I used to go to my dad until he died. He died like 5 years ago. So since the day he died, I have not sought support from anybody ever once. Mm. The day he died, I became, from the #1 student, I became the greatest man on earth. And at the top of the mountain, there's no one to look up to, and that's fine. I mean, I have tons of people who come to me. Everyone you can name comes to me. But if I'm having a hard day, I never sit and think I need to talk to this person. Even if I have like my brother and some people I'll talk to, I may be venting a little bit, but I'm certainly not looking for advice on what to do. I always make the call on what to do. I always already know what to do. I don't go to anyone for support. I don't turn to people for support. I don't turn to my woman for support. I think one of the main reasons I have such a fantastic relationship with females is because I never ask them for that shit. I really believe the reason I have the adoration of females is because they're with a man who they never have to babysit. They never have to motivate. They never have to convince to put the video games down. They never have to sit and say to him, oh, it's going to be okay. Like, I'm a rock. My life's great and it's on track with or without you. And I'm fine all the time. And when I have huge problems, because they do come up, I don't even mention it to my women. Because what can a woman do anyway? I mean, what I'm mentioning it to her to feel better. I mean, she can't fix my shit. So I wouldn't even, if let's say I lost $3 million in a day, which has happened before, I didn't even tell my girl. What's the fucking point? What am I looking for? Sympathy? Sympathy ain't gonna buy me money, ain't gonna put the money in the bank. So what the fuck? So
comfort?
I don't, say again?
Comfort?
Do I need that shit?
I don't know.
I need my $3 million back. That's what I need. Like, I'm a solutions-based man. You tell me who I can talk to about getting my money back, and I'll talk. I didn't talk to my chick about it. She was, oh, yeah, Bitcoin. Oh, I'll make you a coffee, dear. That ain't gonna fucking help me. So I don't turn to people for support or comfort. I don't. And I know that makes me extremely rare as an individual. And it's not something I'm not trying to brag or put on like a brave face and be a tough guy or something. It's just not how I'm conditioned. I believe that all of my problems are going to be fixed by me. That no one else is going to wake up and give a fuck about my problems the way I'm going to give a fuck. Nobody else is going to be prepared to go through what it takes to fix them but me. If I'm in the ring getting an ass kicking, not my coach, not my corner, not my fans, no one's going to get me out of there alive but me. It is me. So I turn to myself. If I have a problem, I'll sit in silence on my own. I'll turn to Andrew fucking Tate and he'll get it done because I don't, that's really how I am. I mean, I cannot think of the last time. Tristan, when's the last time I've asked you for advice? Like sat there and go, what do I do?
What should we do this next crypto? What should we do? We've discussed our own moves.
Can you hear him?
What should we do?
Yeah, so he's saying we'll sit there and say, what should we do about this? What should we do about that? But that's more like bullshit, like travel plans or business or something. Yeah. But me personally saying I don't know what to do, it's never even entered my mind. I always know what to do.
What's your relationship like to love with women?
I'm full of love. I love women. Now, I'm absolutely and utterly sexist. I'll be honest. I'm a realist, and reality is sexist. So a lot of people have this impression that I hate women, and that's completely incorrect. I love women. I just believe that there's certain things women are better at and certain things men are better at. And I don't trust women the way I trust a man with certain things. It doesn't mean I don't love women. You know, like, people say, oh, my woman's my best friend. That will never happen for me. My woman's my partner, and I love her in a romantic sense. But she can never be my best friend. My best friend's gonna be a man, of course. If shit really hits the fan, just like I said earlier, if I do have to turn to someone for help, like I'm saying, I'll never ask for advice, but maybe I need help with something. Then I'll go to my brother. Why? Because my brother's a 6'4", 250-pound, big, strong man.
So this is the end of the video, and now I'm giving my own perspective on this video. Now I'm giving my own reaction on this video. We're gonna talk about Perfectionism from this live stream, and personally, this is the OG live stream. I learned a lot of amazing things from this live stream. Let me show you guys something. You know, this is what I learned from this live stream, and I learned a lot of amazing lessons from this live stream. I'm going to upload more live streams on my channel, so must subscribe to my channel, guys, and I will leave the link on my second channel, my Discord server, in the pinned comment and also in the description, so you can join my Discord and you can subscribe to my second channel. Anyway, we're gonna have a nice conversation today, so let's start the conversation without any waste of time. In this video, the first thing I learned is people lack discipline nowadays. What I mean by it and what I learned from this is people nowadays start something. They want to start a YouTube channel, they want to start a drop shipping, they want to start trading, they want to go to the gym and build an amazing physique, but at the end of the day they lack discipline. One day they work hard as fuck, one day they work 8 hours a day, and the second day they wake up late. Fuck you, fly. And they wake up late and they eat burgers, pizza, they don't go to the gym or something like that. They lack discipline. But the most important thing in this hard work, in this lock-in era, is discipline. If you're not disciplined, you're never gonna make it, and that's the harsh truth. If you're not disciplined, you're never gonna make it. You need to consistently upload videos in order to get successful in life, in order to get successful on YouTube. You need to consistently do the hard work at the gym if you want an amazing physique. You want to do the work with consistency if you want to build a successful business. It's always consistency and discipline, because that's what matters. And a lot of people lack these things. A lot of people lack disciplines, a lot of people lack consistency. And you know, a lot of people complain about that. I was tired, I was busy. No, just complain about that. You got 24 hours in your life and you are still busy. You know, when I open my Instagram, a lot of friends sends me reels, like a lot of bunch of reels, and I didn't open that. I don't watch reels. Even when my friend sends, I only talk to the people on Instagram, important talk, or I talk to the people in my Discord server. That's the way I use these apps. That's why I use these apps. Or I use these apps to make content. I use these apps to find content. I use these apps to find some kind of idea or some kind of content. But I don't use these apps for dopamine maxing. You know what I mean? Because I don't lack discipline. I'm a disciplined person. I'm a consistent person because I know at the end of the day, this is what matters. If I stay consistency, if I stay disciplined, no matter what I upload, no matter what I upload on YouTube, I'm gonna win at the end of the day. Anyway, the second thing I learned from this live stream is you need to get rich for your loved one. You need to get rich for your family, because imagine you are telling your family that I'm successful, and you're telling your parents that you don't, yeah, dear dad and dear mom, you don't have to work anymore to that job. I'm rich and we are moving to the first world city. We are moving to another country. Imagine how proud they are. They will be. How proud they will. Imagine. Imagine how happy they will be if you if you stay consistent, and if you stay disciplined. And that's all matter. That's all matter. Discipline and consistency. And when I look my family, when I look at my loved ones, I feel motivation. I feel like I need to work for them. I need to work hard for them. I need to bang my head against the wall until I win. I need to try again and again and again. Even if I got no results, I still have to bang my head against the wall. I still have to do the work for my family, for my loved ones. And I wake up 5 a.m. in the morning, and the first thing I did is open my laptop and start finding content for today's video. I open my laptop, I start finding content, I start finding videos. What video should I make today? And then after I follow my wake up routine, I follow my morning routine, and after that I start working back. Because I know I need to work for them. I need to work hard for them. I can even work 24/7 for them. No sleep at all. No sleep at all. I don't go to the bed and try to sleep. I don't go to the bed and just trying to sleep. I go to the bed and I sleep like this. 1 minute. In 1 minute, I fall asleep. Why? Because I work all day for them. You need to understand that if you love them, you need to work hard for them. Anyway, the third point we are going to talk about is emotion, is depression. Are you sad or not? I'm not sad. My life sucks more than yours. Maybe mostly you are watching me from UK or you are watching me from USA. My life sucks more than yours. I'm still not sad. I'm still not depressed. And why people are depressed nowadays? Why people are sad nowadays? Because their girl left them, because their life sucks, because they have debt to pay, because they have debt to pay, because they are poor, because they are facing some family problems, maybe like that. But I'm not sad, I'm not depressed. You know, I'm a man, so I need to work hard, no matter what situation I'm in, no matter if I'm sad, no matter if I'm depressed, no matter. Emotions are not made for me. Maybe my life sucks more. I still not gonna make an excuse to still go to the bed and cry like a fucking baby. I'm depressed. Oh man, I'm depressed. I'm not gonna cry at all. I am gonna bang my head against the wall until I win. I'm gonna try again and again until my life gets better. And we always have to play the best move. We always have to decide what's the best move. Maybe you are sad. I'm telling you a solution. Maybe you are sad right now. So we still have 4 minutes and we can talk. So maybe you are sad right now. Close your eyes and think what's the best move. Maybe the best move is to travel your whole country. Maybe the best move is travel the world and enjoy life. Or maybe the best move is to work so much hard that you earn a bunch of money. You earn a bunch of money. Maybe the best move is to go to the gym. Maybe the best move is to and work and try again and do amazing things and just look in and work 24/7. Maybe this is the best move. You have to decide what's the best move for you. You are a man, bro. You are a man. You don't have to feel sad. You don't have to feel depressed. Are you fucking gay? Who are you? I know I can't be depressed because I'm the son of my father. He's a hardworking man. He he worked all his life for us, and now it's time. Now it's time to show him who I am. Now it's time to show my dad that who I am. Now it's time to retire my dad. Now it's time to give a beautiful life to my father and my mom. Because that's all I want to do. And like how people don't think about their parents. People are sad, people are depressed, they don't think about their dad is working hard outside in summers or winters, and they all said that I'm sad, I wanna listen to some music. No matter what happened to me, no matter what happened to me, oh, no matter how sucks, how my life get worse, how worse my life can get, how worse my life can get. But I'm not. I'm a man. I have to get rich. I have to pull the best move. I have to make my parents proud. I have to give them a beautiful life. And how can I give them a beautiful life? By working fucking hard. That's all it is. That's all it is. I'm working hard because I know if I didn't work hard, I'm not gonna be successful in life. My family gonna be in same position uh, is in right now is right now. And I know that I work for my brother, I work for my parents, and that's all. I don't give a shit about any other person. I love for my loved one who support me in my bad times, who support me when I was nothing. If you are sad, you have to decide what's the best move you can pull. And we have the another thing I'm going to talk about is uh, it is an announcement that a lot of people said that please don't talk in the intro, please don't talk at the end of the video, or please don't talk in the middle. So I decided to play the video and I will only give my reaction, I will only give my perspective on this video at the end of the video. And I just can't upload 1 hour's video and give my 15 to 10 minutes of intro, 10 minutes of perspective. So it's a long live stream, almost 1 hour and 20 minutes of live stream. So I decided to cut it into two parts. I'm gonna upload first part today, and after a few days or after 2 days, I'm gonna upload the second part of this live stream. And annual live stream is much better than all the other things. Like, I personally enjoy live stream. You know how I make these notes? I make these notes through by listening to the whole video. And to be honest, I enjoy live stream. I'm gonna upload more and more live streams, so subscribe my channel. And I think it's time to go, but maybe we have 2 more minutes. And what should we talk about, guys? What should we talk about? And if you're watching this, comment down if should I came live or not. Like, I'm curious about, because maybe people watch me, maybe people didn't watch me, and I don't want to waste my time if I got zero views on my live stream. So should I came live and talk to you guys like how I talk in my videos? And or you can just join my Discord. I will leave the link in the description and also in the pin comment, so we can have a conversation. We can talk on call, but only important things, because I work all day and I don't have time to talk about different shit, uh, things, or uh, motivation or any other thing. I don't have time to talk about this. Only if you are really productive people and you're doing great in life, contact me, and then we see what can we do better together, because I'm into day trading and I'm into YouTube automation. And if you're doing the same those things, you can contact me, or if you have a great idea, you can contact me. And that's it. Life as a man sucks. I'm going to upload another part of this emergency meeting soon, this live stream soon.